Hey everybody. Bittersweet. That's being a little boy and learning your school burned down, only to realize you left your ball glove in your desk. And anyway, that's the tone of today's public service announcement. I'd like to share something with you that happened a couple of months ago. I've needed some time to process it, and I still really haven't completed that yet. But what happened has left me happy, satisfied, proud, shocked, confused, saddened, and kind of ashamed all at once. It's a testament to concerted effort by our family, as well as an embarrassing self-admission of long-standing labels embedded within me. And my hope is that by sharing this, you may learn or grow from it one way or another. To be honest, I'm still processing it with confusion as to how I have not progressed in the way that I have hoped that others would, or at least as much as I thought I had. One of our family's biggest tenets is that we don't view Noah as disabled. He's not disabled. Disabled means inoperative or unable to function or impaired, and he's none of that. He's only that if that's how you see him. Rather, we think of it as diff-abled, differently abled. So it's like a bird and a fish. You're a bird, I'm a fish. You can fly, I can swim. Which one of us is disabled? Neither one. We're differently abled, each having different needs to exist. So we try to exist as if nothing is different, hoping that everyone else around us won't view anyone as handicapped or disabled. So here's my story from early in December of 23. This happened at our kids' after-school program, who told me about this. The leader stood in front of a room full of kids, about 30 to 40 kids, and asked them if they knew anyone that was disabled. And they all looked around. No? So right off the bat, I'm happy that no one considered anyone they knew as disabled. I was shocked because Noah's been with them for 2 or 3 years and he's right there with them. I'm proud that all these kids are growing up minus the handicapped, disabled view of others, it would seem. Confused as to why I'm expecting the kids to recognize Noah as disabled when we've been working so hard to get everyone to not see him that way. Anyway, after a couple of seconds in the classroom there, Noah raises his hand and says, "Oh, I do. I know someone. Me." And so they ask, "What's your disability?" And he replies, "I'm a picky eater." And it's true. Of all the problems we have, his eating takes the cake, so to speak. And that was the end of the story until about a week later when I brought this up in the car with him. I was just curious on his take of the event, and I was also hoping to try and aid in my own processing by talking to him about it. I was driving and he was in the back seat when I asked if he remembered that question presented in the after-school program. And he's looking in the mirror there, and he replied by asking if I knew anyone that was disabled. And I immediately opened my mouth to reply with the obvious when the reality of the question hit home, to which I tried to quickly think of someone else that I could refer to, as I just realized that my boy doesn't see himself that way and never has. So I'm shocked, just stunned, as I just thought this was understood, a given. I'm satisfied that we've created this normal life such that he truly sees it that way. And then to bounce back, realizing I still had those labels to others, all the while trying to eradicate them from everyone else's minds. And that has been very difficult to deal with for me. So, to conclude this PSA, we each can change the world if we try. feels like it's happening. Forming those young minds to see everyone as differently abled. I found that at my age, that though I consciously strive to act and think one way, I subconsciously still have the labels ingrained, from an early age. So, look what I can do. Two fingers. Switch them. Three. Can you do that? Does that mean you're handicapped? Does that mean I'm weird? That was rhetorical. Let's change the world.